It's the Kyle Hyman Show on Redeemer Radio.
This is Kyle Hyman, and joining us to talk about some ideas for Lent, specifically some meatless meal ideas, is Jackiejo Brewers. Thanks for being here, Jackiejo.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. So,
Good.
Before we get into some of these recipes, how did you start eating meatless, or why?
I had some heart health issues, so I needed to change my diet and my lifestyle of eating. And I come from a background of cooks and chefs and restaurant owners, and we basically ate everything we wanted to eat. And I needed to change that a little bit if I wanted to continue to stay healthy and stay around.
Yeah. So have you found going meatless, do you still see it as a sacrifice for you?
I do.
Yeah.
Because I still would love a ribeye. Yeah, a hamburger would be great.
Okay.
And not that I veer off here and there, just once in a while.
Yeah. So has it been a spiritual exercise for you? It seems like you're doing it for very practical health reasons. Have you found it to be spiritually advantageous as well?
It has made me think not as a sacrifice as much as it can be a fasting everyday type of thing for me personally.
In what way?
And I think of it in that way, in that, okay, today I can't have this for lunch, this particular meat or bacon or sausage for breakfast anymore. And how am I going to, so I will skip those meals. Instead of just skipping them for me, then I will think of them as a fasting process.
And so I'm kind of curious how that looks like for you, because I think a lot of times during Lent, we give up meat on Fridays, or maybe we do that throughout the year on Fridays as well. And how do you turn this sacrifice, this giving up of a meal or of a particular part of a meal, and how do you turn that into a spiritual exercise?
It's a fast for me. If I'm going to give up that meal, besides all day, if I can do a breakfast and a lunch and only going to eat in the evening, then that is my spiritual exercise during the day of fasting and adding the prayer too. When you have those pangs, you have those yearnings for things.
Yeah. That's like a reminder to pray for you?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, good. So what are some of your favorite meatless meals?
I love pasta fagioli or pasta fagioli.
Okay.
Which is a soup, a bean and tomato-based soup with pasta in it. And it's a very easy meal to make if you want to make it quickly. And it makes a large amount. That I also like, my mother called it creamed eggs, but it's like a goldenrod eggs. And it's a white sauce with hard-boiled eggs chopped in it, and you serve it over buttered toast. Yeah, and then you sprinkled the yolk on top.
The hard-boiled yolk?
Yeah, Yeah,
Okay.
you hard-boiled the eggs, and you chop them up, separate the yolk from the white.
Yeah.
And you make a white sauce and add the chopped white eggs in with the white sauce. Put it over the buttered toast, and then you just sprinkle the egg yolk on top.
And what did you call that again?
My mom called it creamed eggs, but I've heard it called goldenrod eggs also.
Goldenrod eggs. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like easy enough.
It's really good. Really good. And I like to have, I call it fridge frittata. With anything that's left in my fridge, whatever 3 cups of veggies and whatever cheese I have, whatever liquid dairy I have, it all just goes in there with the eggs and put it in the cast iron pan and then stick it in the oven. It's anything you have left over.
Yeah.
Get it out of the fridge. That, as long as it's not moldy, it's good still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In college, we used to do that. We called it Heavens to Betsy.
Oh, what was
You just throw all your leftovers.
scrambled eggs with everything?
You just throw all your leftovers in a pan and warm it up in the oven, and maybe some condiments or something, like some extra cheese. Heavens to Betsy.
Yeah, that's
what did you
good.
call it? Fridge frittata?
Fridge frittata.
That sounds a little bit more fancy.
It does. It
like
sounds a little bit more gourmet-ish, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Another one that I like is a baked fettuccine.
Okay.
That's just with peas, but you can add other veggies to you, and it's got a nice white sauce. It's very easy too. That you put it together and stick it in the oven. It's really good. A baked fettuccine.
Now, I notice you're leaning to the white sauce a lot here. Is that a personal preference?
I do.
Or do you think it goes better with the meatless?
I like it better.
Okay.
Tomatoes in the winter, they're not ever really the best. So I try to avoid what tomatoes I can. So, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of makes you wonder, where do these tomatoes come from when it's negative 11 outside?
Right. And it's that, and it's been on, I don't know how long on a truck. So,
right.
Yeah. So, and another one I like is a ratatouille, which is a classic French vegetable casserole. But I have a recipe that makes it a lot easier, and it's not as pretty as when you want to do it in a French casserole where it's sliced and spiraled around.
Yeah, I saw the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not quite. But if you want to take the time, you can do that. But these I try and do quickly. And it would be fun to watch the movie and then make it with your kids too. The ratatouille.
Yeah. Can you get the recipe from watching the movie, or do you look that up separately?
I have my own, but I think you don't really know what herbs they're putting in from the movie unless you want to watch it 10 times. You have to slow it down, write it, slow it down, write it. Yeah.
So where do you keep all your recipes?
Oh, they're everywhere.
Yeah. Do you do the 3x5 note card?
No, I have a recipe box. It's supposed to have cards in it, but it's just stuffed with note paper, copier paper, things ripped out of magazines. It's just horrendous. And it's funny you say that, because every time I bring it out, my husband's like, I just can't believe you can't put that on note cards. You've had that for 35 years. I can't. I have my mom's handwritten recipes that she has on the back of address cards.
Oh, yeah.
That she probably pulled out as she was listening on the phone back then and writing it down. It's just, nothing really fits. It's just stuffed in there. I could even get a bigger box and it would look better, but I like my little box.
So with all of these meatless recipes, are you ever concerned about getting enough protein or nutrition, or do you compensate for that somehow?
The recipes I mentioned today, a lot of them have egg in them, so that's where my protein comes through. But if I'm not making anything with egg or cheese, I supplement with a B12 vitamin.
Okay.
That helps with that. And my protein, it's mostly eggs. It really is for me.
And you mentioned, I think your first recipe had beans in it.
Yes.
That can be...
The pasta fagioli, and the beans are the protein.
Well, good.
I think I only did one recipe with beans that I've mentioned. Yeah.
So if somebody's doing this for a Friday, it's probably not a big deal. If somebody wants to do this for the entirety of Lent, maybe a little bit more of an adjustment, is this something that could work for families, these kind of adjustments? Yes,
I believe so. That's what I tried. I wanted to share with you recipes that I felt were really good for families. They made a large amount, were quick and easy to make, or some that can be, if you want to make them together, they would be fun together, because there's a lot of cutting and chopping in some of them. And I believe they would all be very family friendly, and your kids would like them.
Well, they sound really good. Do you have any other recipes for us?
Well, the other one I think is super good is what I call a French onion grilled cheese.
Oh.
And that is, instead of butter on the outside of your grilled cheese, and I use a sourdough bread, it's Parmesan and mayo.
Okay.
And then you caramelize your onions first. You put that on the grilled cheese, and you use the Gruyere cheese.
Okay.
instead of the American basic yellow cheese.
Okay.
And it's really good. And serve that with it's called pastina in our family. It's just pastina, pasta, very, very tiny, teeny tiny dots of pasta with chicken broth. And you put Parmesan on it when you serve it. And that's an excellent, excellent meal.
So is that as a dip for your sandwich, or is it a spread? How does this...
You could dip it if people like soggy bread. Absolutely.
Okay. But you eat it separately. You eat is it a soup then? The pasta, what did you call it? Pastina?
No, you make pastina. Yeah, it's just a very basic soup. Chicken broth, and the pasta can call it, another name for it is acini di pepe, but it's also pastina, and it's teeny, like a little teeny dot of pasta.
Okay.
And you cook that and put that in the broth, and you serve that French onion grilled cheese. It's yummy.
And this is in the grocery store. We can find it there.
Yes, it is in the pasta area. Yep, they have it. Are you getting hungry? Or
I'm so hungry
from all this.
This is exciting.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
We're gonna have to try one of these out from the Lent here. So this is good.
Yeah, that's 6. Yeah, that's 6 meals, and then your 7th one can be a local fish fry or your go-to tuna casserole.
Sounds great. Well, thank you so much, Jackiejo,
thank you
for sharing some of your recipes with us.
Thanks.
All right. Have a great Lent.
You too. Manja.
And what does that mean?
It means to eat well, eat good, have a great meal.
All right. And manja to you as well.